Mulberry, a name you've definitely heard about before if you've been active in this community for a while. The one and only developer of the famous mod Axiom has started a new project. And when a mod developer with a mod that has almost 6 million downloads starts a new project, that is definitely something to look out for. I mean, what else are they gonna make now? Is it gonna be just as exciting as the mod? Well, turns out what they're making is a Minecraft launcher. Yes sir, we're getting a Minecraft launcher made by the same developer as Axiom. And the launcher is named Pandora. Pandora is a modern Minecraft launcher that balances ease of use with powerful instance management features. That definitely sounds exciting, so I think we should have a look. Also, do make sure to double check if you're actually subscribed to the channel. You may think you are, but you might not actually be in reality. We're trying to aim for the 200,000 subscribers, and your support would help out a lot. Now, before we're gonna have a look at the launcher itself, the Pandora launcher also has a GitHub page. And over here, it clearly states that currently, Pandora is a work in progress. And to the FAQ asking, why should I use Pandora over other launchers? Mulberry answers, at this point, you probably should not. In other words, this launcher is still in very early development. You could see it as being in an alpha or beta state. So do keep that in mind during this video. It's gonna be a very early look at the Pandora launcher, and in a few weeks or months, everything could be completely different. I'm still quite excited to have a look at this launcher though, because it is almost entirely made in Rust. Now, in case you watch all the videos that I release here on the channel, you've probably also seen the video I uploaded about Pumpkin MC, a Minecraft server software built from the ground up, also made in Rust. And it could do all sorts of cool things, like booting in literally 10 milliseconds. That is still so crazy to me. Now, even though that server software was still very broken and absolutely not ready to use or be deployed by everyone, it did kind of show how efficient Rust can be. And many find performance for a launcher very important. You may remember during the launcher test, I had a look at the X Minecraft launcher. In other words, XMCL. And even though on paper, this launcher has the most features out of all the launchers we covered during that series, it is still not the most popular for a simple reason. XMCL is mostly made in Electron, which is Chromium based, not very efficient, and known to take up a lot of RAM. In other words, kind of the complete opposite of what Rust is. So a brand new Minecraft launcher from a very talented Minecraft developer made almost 100% in Rust, that sounds very, very promising. And here it is, the Pandora Minecraft launcher. Now immediately you can see that it all looks very simple. Here on the left we got instances with the ability to create a new instance. That's it, no more buttons, that's all we can do here. Then beneath the instances we got syncing. And this is actually a pretty cool concept. So this basically allows you to sync certain files and folders across multiple different instances. So if in Minecraft, if I go to options, then over here I'm able to change a bunch of different settings related to my game. I can change audio settings, I can change keybinds, of course, we can change video settings too, and all of this stuff that I'm doing is saved to a single file, options.txt. And what Pandora allows you to do is sync that options.txt file across all of your different instances. So no matter what instance you have running and what mods are loaded, your options will always be the same. You can do the same for your servers.dat file, which means a server list that will stay the same across all of your different instances. That is really, really cool. And you can do this for certain folders too. So if you want your saves folder, which is your single player worlds, to be the same across all of your different instances, this is where you can sync them. And you can do this for screenshots too, and resource packs, and shader packs, and of course also certain supported mods. I gotta say, this is a pretty cool feature. I could actually see myself using this. Because one of my biggest complaints about switching instances on something like the Prism launcher, for example, is that I have to re-download all my stuff. The resource packs that I always use, I need to reset all the options to the way I like them. It would actually be great if all of that stuff would sync, and it seems like Pandora is doing that. Now, besides this syncing page, there is not that much more to explore here. We got a modrinf button, which simply takes us to a page where we can browse and download mods if we want, like the Fabric API, sodium, iris shaders, you know, all the popular ones. We can also browse mod packs, which is really cool. We can browse resource packs as well. And of course also shaders. And per category that we're in, we're also able to filter. So in the resource packs section, I can choose for combat. And there we go. We're getting a bunch of PvP resource packs now. But we can do the same for cursed. Oh, round trees. Yeah, that is cursed. And then we got realistic and we got modded. So yeah, pretty simple, but also cool stuff. Now the second to last button in this entire launcher is actually the settings button in the bottom left. It simply opens this menu and over here, you're able to change your theme. Currently there's dark and the other one, but it does seem like there's an open theme folder, which would imply that we're able to make our own themes and apply them to this launcher in the same way that Prism allows you to do this. Oh, would you look at that? Different themes. Ever Forest. Wow. Adventure. Jelly bean. Can I get the jelly bean one? I'm simply gonna click on it and oh, it is simply a JSON file, which adds a whole bunch of hex codes, which will then change the theme up. I mean, sure. I guess I can just download the .json file. That should work. Then we're gonna close the menu, reopen it, and does it show up? It definitely does. Okay, there it is. Jelly beans. And we enjoy. Oh, this actually looks kind of cool. This is neat. This is nice. I like different themes. I like customization. We all know that. I want macOS Classic? No. What about Twilight? Twilight sounds clean. All right, there we go. I downloaded a few. We now got Solarized Dark. Okay, not my favorite color palette. Then we got Space Duck, which looks kind of nice. And then there is Twilight. Wait, Twilight? Default Dark. Oh no, there is a difference. There's a big difference actually. I'm just blind. I like Twilight. I'm gonna keep Twilight on for now. And then the last button here, all the way in the bottom left, is the Minecraft account. Now currently I'm logged in with Bread Shop, and that is because I was actually not able to log in with my main Minecraft account. For whatever reason, I tried like 3 times and it just did not work. Maybe this is just a specific me issue, or maybe more people are experiencing this, I'm not sure. But Bread Shop, I was able to log in a single go. His head doesn't show up, but that's fine. And we can simply add a new account by clicking on add new account. And then you can just log in with your Microsoft account and you're good to go. Now, if we want to create an instance, there are basically 2 ways to do this. We can either go to create a new instance, then we can give it a name like subscribe, because I would appreciate it. And then over here we can choose a version like 1.21.11, which is still the newest version of Minecraft to date. And after that we can choose our mod loader. Pandora supports Fabric, Forge and NeoForge. Quilt is not here because... oh, Quilt. Anyway, vanilla is an option, so if you want a vanilla installation, you can totally do that as well. I'm gonna go for Fabric though. I'm gonna click on OK, and there we go. A new instance was created. And we can now get more information on this instance by clicking on View. Here it shows all the worlds and all the servers that this instance knows. Currently, there are none, but as soon as we start playing for a bit, they will show up here. And this is actually a quick play section, which supposedly means that after we create a world, we're gonna be able to dive into that world directly from this menu, which is kinda clean. Then we got logs, because if our game crashes, we want to see what's going on. Then we got mods, and this is where we can simply add mods, either from a file or from Modrinf. Currently, there's no CurseForge support. I also don't know if it will ever get CurseForge support. Maybe it will. And my question has already been answered. There it is on the website. CurseForge support is coming soon. Alright, well, there you go. But currently it is Modrinf, and honestly, that is totally fine. We can just click on add from Modrinf, and then we can search for some mods that we really like for example the Fabric API. I'm gonna click on install latest, and there we go. That's it. Then I also want Iris, and I want Sodium, Cloth API, because why not? Maybe mod menu. Let's do Lithium 2, immediately fast. And now you can see all of those mods are installed. Now this is actually interesting. You see this here at the bottom. Seems like we got 2 copies of Sodium. And I think I know why this happened. I installed Iris shaders before I installed Sodium. And because Sodium is a dependency of Iris, as soon as I clicked on Iris, it also installed Sodium. Now after that I clicked to download the latest version of Sodium, but apparently the version that requires Iris is a different version than the latest one. You know what, we can actually test this theory. Just gonna try to download Iris again, install latest. Now let's go back. Would you look at that? That's what I thought. It downloaded Sodium straight away, but just not the latest version. So that is where the mismatch happens. Not a big deal, just something to keep in mind. And then last but not least, we got settings. Over here, we're able to change the RAM. So how much memory is this instance allowed to take? Currently, it is a maximum of 4 gigabytes. We can set this higher if we want. And then over here, you're also able to change the instance name and add GVM flags or override the GVM binary if that is something you would like to do. Also, deleting your instance can be done from here. And that's about it. The second method to adding an instance would be simply going to the Modrinf tab. And then we can go to mod packs and then look for Performium, for example. Beautiful mod pack made by Eisen. We can simply go ahead and click on install, and then we can choose to either add these mods to an instance we already have, so subscribe in my case, or I can easily make a new instance by clicking on this button here. So let's do that. Here we can change the game version and the mod pack version if we want. I'm simply gonna click on install, we wait, and there we go. We now got subscribe and we got Performium. And to launch an instance, all you want to do is simply click on start and does not boot? Log in with Microsoft. Weird that I do have to log in again though, because I'm already logged in. I'm not sure why it does not work. It says that the site can't be reached because of my connection or something. It's trying to authenticate with a code on localhost, but for some reason that is not doing anything. And my Minecraft is also not launching. What happens if I just add a new account here and then I log in with one of my other alts? Exact same issue. What if I change my browser? I'm gonna start this one. I'm gonna log in with Microsoft, but then I'm opening the link in Firefox instead of Brave. Okay, bear with me. And that also does not work. Well then, okay. Okay, I was getting excited, but it seems like I'm physically unable to launch the game using this launcher. Now, to be fair, this could totally be an issue on my part. Maybe something strange is going on my PC or with my connection, and that is why it's not working. At the same time, I'm perfectly fine able to boot the game using Prism or the Modrinf app. Those work totally fine. So it is a Pandora exclusive issue, at least on my part. It keeps complaining about my firewall. Okay, I just went to the Pandora launcher GitHub, and over here, 4th line, there it is. Microsoft login redirects to localhost, but Pandora never completes the login. That seems like exactly my problem, so I'm not the only one who's having this issue. According to this guy, it may only be a Windows issue as well. I'm not really sure what is causing it, but all I know is that I'm simply not able to boot the game, so that does kinda suck. At the same time, I feel like by far not everyone is having these issues, and if you're in fact not having them, seeing all the features that this launcher has, even in this very, very early stage, I think it is quite promising. Running in Rust, being developed by a developer who has proven themselves already with an incredibly popular Minecraft mod, I'm so curious to see what this launcher is gonna be like in, let's say, a few months. If this simple login issue gets fixed for everyone, and some more features are added in the future, I could totally see myself use this launcher at some point. It's pretty cool. Now do let me know in the comments down below what you think about the Pandora launcher. Are you gonna give it a shot for yourself? Did you experience the same login issues as I did? Or does it maybe work perfectly fine for you? I definitely want to revisit this launcher in a few months here on the channel, just to see how much it has improved. I think it will be very interesting to keep track of that. And something I also just want to say and show is something Mulberry wrote on his GitHub, which is that right now, Mulberry doesn't think he's gonna monetize Pandora, like, at all. So when it comes to monetization, Mulberry says, I believe that it is wrong for launchers to be monetized without distributing revenue back to mod creators that give the launcher value in the first place. Since I don't have the infrastructure to be able to redistribute revenue to mod creators, this is a big barrier. And then also dealing with monetization takes a lot of time, which is true, so he might not even bother with it. And and he also personally dislikes advertisements. Now, to be fair, I could totally understand if he does want to monetize Pandora at some point. Like, if it is going to be a project that he wants to put a lot of time and effort into, then having some kind of monetization strategy would be great, just to kind of ensure the longevity of the project. Maybe a one-time payment or a little subscription that would unlock a few additional features. I could see them doing that sometime in the future, but according to them, probably not. So who knows? W anyway. And with that being said, that's gonna be it for now. Do make sure to subscribe to the channel, join my Discord. Thank you so much, channel members. And then I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. See you later. Bye bye.